Welcome, my friends, to It's Vinylly Mine. So glad you could join us today as we take a look at an album I've been looking forward to getting to for some time now. And it is a music from and inspired by soul. And yes, this is from Mr. Jon Batiste, who recently got nominated as a Golden Globe choice for this particular album. Well, the soundtrack in general got a nomination, if I do remember correctly. So today we are going to take a closer look at the album that was released. Now, we did look at it before, the Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross one, which was most of the music that took place in the the soul realm, and here we're going to be looking at the jazz music that was played during the New York scene. So I'm looking very forward to that. Now, this is a Walt Disney Records D003680501, released December 18th, 2020. The copyright is owned by both Disney and Pixar. It's a joint venture. And yeah, everything was jazz compositions and arrangements by Mr. Jon Batiste, who also produced this. So let's drop the needle, take a look at this, and see what we can see with this album. So first off, right away, what gets me with this album is the choice of colors that they have for this is just fantastic, I think. The red color really gives a great emotional impact, especially contrasting with the blue font. And yeah, you can almost hear the music on this album just by looking at this cover. So I really dig that quite a bit and love the color choice they chose, as well as the shot that they did from the film. You really can hear that music. Now, they kept it pretty simple. Here's just the Soul logo from Pixar and music from and inspired by, and then jazz compositions and arrangements by Jon Batiste. So again, nothing too complicated, but at the same time, very effective. Now, the spine of the album is a nice solid rectangle, thicker spine, which I always appreciate, especially for the gatefolds. And then we have on the back here some photos from the film and the New York scenes and from the jazz club specifically, which are great. And I love the difference, the contrast between the front, which is red color, and on the back, which they went with a blue tone, which actually elicits memories for me for Blue Note music, a Kind of Blue, Miles Davis album. So kind of has that feel to it by just choosing that blue, if you're familiar with jazz. And also it relates to the film as far as the soul area goes, where, there's a lot of blue tones to it. So again, the soul logo here, the track listings that we have here as well, which I'm really looking forward to listening to. And then again, the credits here for all involved, and some involved for specific tracks. Now, if we look at the gatefold, look at this gorgeous artwork. Oh, it's the quartet that the main character plays, and I love the different colors that they chose for each character and for each image on here. It's gorgeous. And Pixar's art, it makes these look like these are almost photographs of real individuals. I mean, if these cartoon characters were real living in the real world here, it looks almost exactly like it. That's how good this artwork is, and I'm just digging the different colors that they chose for it. Again, a very kind of jazzy feel to this album and this design. You can tell they put some thought into how they were going to present these things. Now, let's take a look at the vinyl in here, and that is awesome. Again, a bit of a retro feel, going with a kind of a newsprint look to it, give it a bit of that retro feel that some jazz music has. And yeah, I'm digging that quite a bit. And on the back, again, we have a track listing here of both side A and side B, and all of the talented musicians and folks involved in making this album happen. So yeah, I'm digging the sleeve quite a bit. It's a good quality sleeve too, better than some of the other sleeves we've gotten from other Disney releases. So they put some quality into it, and so did into the vinyl as well. It's a 180 gram vinyl, or it's got to be close because it feels really solid. And again, the label here, we're keeping things pretty simple and straightforward. Side B and side A with the track listings here as well. So yeah, I'm just digging the feel of the look of this whole design of this album. So now I'm going to go take a break, listen to this pressing. When I come back, I'll give you my favorite tracks as well as my final thoughts on this album. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, you want to help us decide what we review here on It's Vinylly Mine? Then head on over to www.patreon.com/specialmarkproductions. It's our Patreon page where we have 3 great tiers for you to join. If you join our top tier, you get early access to all the videos we post on YouTube. Plus, you get to participate in a poll to decide on what we review on It's Vinylly Mine, and you get a poll to decide what the VIP episode will be for the month exclusively for our patrons. We got a lot of great content there, so head on over there and we hope to see you soon. Okay, well, we are back from listening to this pressing, and it's beautiful. I love it. There's so many great tracks on here. Now, side A is all the music that were musical cues in here, or the last 3 tracks were inspired by soul. And so you get that Jon Batiste style in these tracks, but a lot of them are very short, like music cues of sorts, but still very fitting for the scenes they had, and very emotional, and just so much fun to listen to. That energy coming through every piece of music on here. Of course, the Epic Conversationalist / Born to Play is just a great track. I loved that track quite a bit. And Born to Play, again, the opening track is just solid and just it put me right in a cool mood. And then on the other side, we have some longer jazz pieces. We have It's All Right, which is performed by Jon Batiste, I loved his cover of this song. It was so great. It make you feel so happy. I mean, that just wonderful energy Jon Batiste brings to all of his music, and what you've seen just a sampling of on, the Colbert's show. I mean, it's just, yeah, I loved all of the tracks in here and the performances by all on these songs. These 4, 5, 6, and 7 were songs that were used as inspiration for the music on side A, and Spacemaker and Cristo Redentor. Also, tracks that some of these are jazz standards, and just their performance and their take on these standards was so much fun to listen to. I got to give a shout out to the alto saxophone, or the saxophone player, Tia Fuller. She is fantastic. I used to play many moons ago. Used to play alto saxophone, and yeah, I loved her sax playing, and of course Jon Batiste's piano playing just is like water over your eardrums. It's just so soothing and so much just solid music, folks. So yeah, this is a nice clean pressing. I love the music, the jazz music. You're a jazz fan, you may want to pick it up to listen to some of the samplings and get a taste of Jon Batiste's talent, as well as all the other talented individuals involved in this. Just a side note, I thought it was interesting in the credits, they actually had in here the Edna Brewer Middle School Jazz Band conducted by Zach Pitt Smith. So yeah, a middle school jazz band as well. Yeah, support your arts, folks. Jazz music is awesome and should be heard by more people. Just the arts in general should be supported, and because then those individuals who learn music grow up and become very talented artists, like all the ones involved on this album. So there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble about this album. I hope it puts some interest for you into picking this up. I think it's worth it, and it's another solid added addition to my collection. So I appreciate all of you. Please check out our Patreon if you haven't already, and you can even help us choose at least one record a month of what we're going to review here on It's Vinylly Mine. Hit subscribe, thumbs up, and all that. I thank you, every single one of you. And remember, it's not yours, it's vinylly mine, and I'll catch you on the flip side.